Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Good. So have we started the meeting?
No, we haven't yet. So according to the agenda, Toastmaster Anderson will be the one to open the meeting to replace as an acting president, but he is not here yet. And I think in my part, I couldn't wait any longer beyond 10:30.
Okay.
So Toastmaster,
how many do we
have? You are the Toastmaster of the day according to the agenda.
Okay. Hang on, let me look at my my thing first.
All right.
Give me a few minutes. So I am the Toastmaster and also the speaker. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I have it. I am gonna be a Toastmaster. Okay. Do we have Toastmaster Sita here as the word of the day? Right. Table topic. Master is Toastmaster Sita. Speaker is Shaharia. Is Shahara here? Oh, that's you. Okay. And then Somboon, I'm here. Toastmaster Canoe is gonna be a GE. Okay. And Erika, our evaluator for the speech number 1. Adela, you're gonna be the evaluator number 2.
Yes.
And the timer is Toastmaster Sita. Okay. And since the chairman Anuson is not here, Toastmaster Sita, you want to open the meeting? You are the chairperson?
I have no experience to open the meeting. How? I don't know what to say. And I could not open my PC, so I could not share my screen to I use a mobile now.
Okay. All right. So Toastmaster Adela?
Because you are senior.
Okay.
Don't worry, not an age. Only with Toastmaster experience.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the meeting number 43. Let's give us a round of applause. I'd like to welcome all of you to come in to join our meeting today. Today is our meeting number 43 with the Thailand Online Toastmaster Club. And today we're gonna have wonderful speakers, and then also we're gonna have wonderful table topics, and then we'll have the roundtable topic today. Okay.
Professor Sombon,
yes.
Our VPPR manager Brian is here, so you can assign him. You can assign any roles.
Yeah, he can be your evaluator.
It can be because
Erica is not here today.
okay.
Master Sita, how about Brian is the personal evaluator of Professor Sombon, and then Toastmaster Sita, since you are the table topic master, I can be the timer.
Now we have two speakers, right? Edidia, you gonna be an evaluator too, right? According to agenda, you are a second evaluator.
All right.
Yeah, and then for the first evaluator for the first speech, Erika. I think she's not here. Maybe Brian, can you be evaluator for the our first speaker, Toastmaster Saharia?
Icebreaker. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so with that, I'd like to control the. I'd like to release the control of the meeting to Toastmaster Somboon. He will be the Toastmaster of the day. And again, I'd like to welcome all of you to the 43rd meeting. Okay, the theme of the meeting today is patient is the companion of wisdom. A patient is the companion of the wisdom. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to ask our word of the day, our Toastmaster Sita, to take over for the explain the word of the day. Let's please me to welcome Toastmaster Sita.
But sorry. But, good evening, Toastmaster. Good morning, everyone. Word of the day today is passion, which means the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. I Googled this. So, such as I have a lot of patience. When somebody get me mad, I'm not angry because I'm a passionate person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we're gonna have a round robin table. Round robin.
We can have round robin, but about table topic, could we wait for our PC because it's an updating and it's not run yet, so I could not share my screen.
Okay. So we will do the round robin first. Okay. Why Toastmaster Sita will be waiting for her to boot up her computer. All right. Edidia, would you like to lead that round robin?
All right, sure. So our word today is patience. Toastmaster Sita elaborated about the meaning of the patience. So in 30 seconds, could we use the word patience with regards to our experience as a Toastmaster member? So I will be the timer for the meantime because Toastmaster Sita is preparing for her topic. Can we start, please, from Toastmaster Brian? Could you share it?
Toastmasters has developed my patience widely in terms of how I can control myself in reacting to other members, especially when I was the past president. And you know, when you delegate tasks and you expect people to do their tasks well, so I used to be very impatient in terms of in terms of work, but after joining Toastmasters, okay, that's it. Was that the time? Okay.
Toastmaster Sita, please. Oh, you're still preparing. How about Professor Sombon?
Okay.
Okay. In terms of Toastmaster help us to be more patient. I believe, first of all, to be patient, you have to be flexible. Flexibility is the name of the game of the patient. And in Toastmaster, we can be so much flexible. For example, today, we have so many things that we are very flexible, that we can do many things. If we don't have a patient, then you cannot be flexible. So I believe my time is up. So I believe being a flexible in Toastmaster helps me to gain my patience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sombon. So by the way, may I ask is there any first timers here? Or first time to attend Toastmasters meeting? How about Toastmaster? Sorry, only appears the number 732.
Saharia.
Yes, please.
My name is Shaharia.
Shaharia. Yes, please. It's your turn. 30 seconds.
Explain about fashion.
Yes, patience.
Okay.
You can share your experience. How did you develop your patience? Yeah, that is just an example. It's your turn now.
Okay. I love to communicate with people because of I believe that if I connect with many people, then I can develop myself. So it's my passion. That's why I love to communicate with many peoples. And every time I join as the Toastmaster is the major platform. How that platform I can evaluate myself. So that's why I join Toastmaster online in Thailand.
So, how about Toastmaster Sita? It's your turn.
May I ask a question again?
Yeah, could you share your experience or an explanation about patience? How did you develop your patience as a Toastmaster member?
As a Toastmaster member, or I have been a Toastmaster almost 10 months. Toastmaster make me have a lot of patience. My first speech is not quite good. I'm awkward, I'm shy, I'm lose my self-confidence. I'm scared judging I'm scared of everything. But after first speech, second speech, third speech, I be better. I learn something. I develop something. So on the process, it make me passionate.
Oh,
So can I reach some goal in my life about making speech?
thank you so much, Toastmaster Sita and Toastmaster Sombon. I will give you back the turn to handle.
Thank you very much for being accepted as a roundtable master. And that was quite challenging. Of course, patience really mean a lot to people. You know, in order for you to be a winner, you have to have a patience. Without the patience, you will lose. Okay, thank you very much. And right now, I'd like to ask our Toastmaster Tida to be our table topic master. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Sita.
Oh,
Mm.
hello everyone. This is my first time to setting a team myself. I'm search on Google, so I find some website that collect a lot of quotes from anonymous and someone philosopher. The theme of today is a passion is the companion of wisdom. I prepare 5 topics so everyone can answer everyone because we have 5 people now, so everyone.
Toastmaster
For
Sita, would you explain also how many minutes so I can set the time?
Okay.
Please, thank you.
About table topic, you have to respond at least 2 minutes, but 1 minute. The green sign will be shown. Not we don't have a green sign, right? 1 minute, Edidia will shown. 1.5 minute, the yellow side, Edidia will shown, and 2 minutes, the red side, Edidia will be shown. Yes. For the first, about answer the topic, the question is yes or no. You agree or disagree to this quote? Explain your perspective about this quote. For the first question, everyone volunteer.
No one ask for volunteer, just point out someone.
Hi, Awan or Toastmaster Brian.
Mm-hmm. You're choosing me?
Yes.
Okay.
I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Lao Tzu.
Lao Tzu, table topics master, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters. Lao Tzu might be correct when he said that simplicity, patience, and compassion are 3 of our greatest treasures. Compassion, meaning we can understand other people. And in that way, it allows us to extend our patience even more. And also by living in simplicity, we don't attract negativity from others. They have nothing to envy against us because we're living a simple life. So if every person, if every Toastmaster develops simplicity on the way they live, if they develop patience and compassion in treating one another, then I'm sure that our journey will be fruitful and fulfilling. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much. A second one, passion and time do more than strength or passion. Then the Le Fontaine. I don't know I'm pronunciation correctly. So Toastmaster Edidia.
Table topic master. Oh, I forgot to time myself. All right. Oh, there you go. Table topic master. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. I do agree with this. Patience and time do more than strength or passion. I do agree with this. Ask me why.
Why?
Yeah, because I didn't have time and patience to learn something, I couldn't do my passion. Yeah, I couldn't do my passion and my strength to be a public speaker will not be, yeah, my goal to be an eloquent speaker will not be accomplished, because in learning or to be able for a person to be an eloquent speaker, you have to set a time and also patience to learn about public speaking. And yeah, back to you, table topic master. I wasn't checking my time. One second.
For the third topic, no, you are not allowed to be bossy. When you married, you have to learn compromise and compassion and passion. Oh, this is a tough question because only Toastmaster Professor Somboon, I believe that just you are married right now, right here. Sorry.
I'm single for the 5th time. Okay, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. No, you're not allowed to be married. If you want to be the boss, I think that would be the way to do it. I agree in here. When you're married, if you are the boss, then there would be no compromise, right? There would be no compassion. And when you marry, you have to have a patience, okay? Because people come from different background, from different mentality. Even though the people came from the same family, they even have a different mentality. So when you marry with the person who have a different background, uh, different tolerance, then you must have compromise from one to the other, because otherwise everything will pull apart. By compromise, by a compassion, by being a patient, then your marriage will last longer. And if you are to become the boss, if, for example, you have to listen to me, I'm always the right, then that will not help your marriage situation. So I agree with Star Jones that you are not allowed to be the boss when you're married. You have to learn compromise and compassion and be patient. So I totally agree with that. Thank you very much, Madam Table Topic Master. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Professor Somboon. I have to remind myself because I'm a bossy to my lover. I'm sorry, my ex-lover. And the last question for you, Toastmaster Chandelier. Passion can be a good thing, but not necessarily. Sometimes it's not so bad to be impassioned. I'm a little bit too polite. Helen Mirren.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sita. I agree with Helen Miran. Sometimes we should be passion, but sometimes actually not necessary. When it depends on the situation. We can if we have things, we should skip. Actually, we should escape, and sometimes it's not bad to impatient. Can anyone help me? I cannot.
Maybe it's not necessary. Sometimes it's not too bad to be impatient. I mean, sometimes we can play a bit like that. Oh, it's not polite. Ah, yes, I am a little bit too polite, so I could not say bitch. No, no, no. Toastmaster in Edidia, could you help him?
All right, patience can be a good thing. But I think in this code, it depends upon the situation, but not necessarily. So this is as far as I've understood. In this, with regards to the situation, is there any situation in your life that you are not too polite? Let's make it short. So what is your opinion? You just share it. Anyway, no, opinion is always correct because that's your own opinion. Go for it. You can do it.
Passion can be a good thing, but not necessary. Sometimes it's not so bad to be impatient, and I am a little bit too polite. I agree with him, Hanlon Marin, because of sometimes we should skip our passion. If we have a goal or if we have something we need to do hurry, then we can touch our goal. So if sometime we skip that things like this, I need somewhere there are shop they open they provide a free donut, okay, and many people they are standing on a line. So if I look to donut keep a free donut, so I cannot I do not need to focus on that line. So I can if I try I can break the rule and I can keep my free donut. So that time I don't need to actually more fashion, and that time my main thing is actually keep a free donut. That's the thing in my case.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shadilia.
You
See,
can call
you
me.
can.
You can call me only Shah.
We
It will be
Toastmaster
better.
Sita, we have Toastmaster Willie.
Oh, really? But he said to me he not.
Join maybe.
Yeah, he just
Log in.
he just assigned me as a co-host, so he do something.
All right.
Okay. So okay, we finished our topic session already. Return to your control, Toastmaster Professor Somboon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sita, for a wonderful question that we have to really stress our imagination, because this is something that is the teach us how to think on our feet. And also thank you for really went out to get all of those quotation to give it to us. So I do really appreciate that, and thank you everybody for have patience to answer a wonderful question from Toastmasters Sita. Okay. So now the first session of the Toastmaster meeting is over. Now we go to the second session, where it is the prepared speech. All right. On the prepared speech today, we have two speakers. Our first speaker will be evaluated by Toastmaster Brian. Toastmaster Brian, would you like to read his objective? We cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Wait. I just downloaded it now. Okay. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech for 4 to 6 minutes. Good luck, Toastmasters Shah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Chari, the title of his speech. Okay, you will announce the title of your speech, right? So please help me to welcome Toastmaster Chari. Can you turn on the microphone?
Thank you to, hello, are you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster, Chair Toastmaster and fellow Toastmaster. Good evening. My name is Shahriya Chaudhary. I am from, at first I introduce myself. I am from Bangladesh. I am doing work at Prince of Songkhla University, Faculty of Environmental Management. I have been 3 years in Thailand. Now I'm working as a research fellow. So today I'm going to share one of my funny story in my school life. The story title is My First Emotion. Okay. Everyone has fallen in love his school life, and everyone has some good feelings, love feelings in his school life. So I'm not different from that things. And we know love become a happy and ending of sad. So in my case, I'm totally different because of my ending is sad and beginning is sad and ending is also sad. When I was in class 9 since 2001, I fall in love in not actually fall in love. I just like one girl in my school. She was my junior, 2 class junior, and also she was my cousin friend. So I decide to propose him. How can I propose her? Then. And she was very beautiful that time. She was very beautiful that time, and looking very gorgeous in my eyes. But still now she has 4 kids and fat woman, and she has a good fat husband also. But still now I am single. And I decide how can I propose her. In my country that time, since 2001, where we had a medium of propose a letter, writing letter. If anyone want to propose, then they write a letter and send to their personal person. Okay. And another problem is in my country that time also, if junior student or school student, if they involve in a relationship with a girl, our society, they thought it's a crime because they don't like it. Because our community is a Muslim, so that's why they don't like it. But now it still change this one. So I'm thinking, how can I propose her? Then I talk with my friend, and they give me a suggestion. Okay, you can write a letter. Next February we have a special day, so you can propose her. So I was thinking many things, and I wrote one letter, and I sent to her that letter via postman. Actually, my cousin was a postman. She helped me as a postman. Unfortunately, my school near my house. School is near my house. So that girl, she went to school and come back. That time, my cousin give to her a letter, and she wrote. She read the letter and all situation in front of my house. And my father, he's stand on beside of them, and he he observed everything and he memorized everything, and he went back to my home and shared with my mom. And my mom also was very angry about that. And that time I was very happy because of I already tell my feelings to that girl. So I didn't come at my home. In the evening time, I went back to my home and I saw my mom and my dad. They are sitting on in front of my room. And I just entered my house, my mom in front of me, and she asked me about what happened in the morning. I say, I don't know what happened, mom. She said, do you propose anyone? I say, no, mom, I don't know. Please don't tell lying. I say, no, mom, I didn't did anything. And she said, okay, let's check. She took one stake and she started to beating me. And in the certain time, I say, mom, I'm so sorry. Actually, I proposed her and something like this. And she said, if I saw next time, so in future it will be very dangerous. So my mom beat me at least 1 or 2 minutes, and my dad also in front of me, and and another punishment waiting for me. That one is no meal at night. They decide they do not give me any meal at night and morning. And I went to my room and I was crying, and I decided what I have to do. And I went to sleep. In the morning, or not morning, afternoon, I wake up and I was just feeling in my body pain. And I was thinking, what happened yesterday? And my mom also promised me, okay, I do not do again. And I realized, oh, that's the thing. And after that time too, until university life, I didn't talk with any girl. When I talk with any girl about my emotion or something like this, then that time I feel that scenario. So until university, I didn't talk any girl and any relation. So my first emotion in love in my school life. Thank you.
Thank you very much to sharing your love experience, the painful one, and I do relate it to you a few years back. But anyhow, thank you. Now we get to know your love life and how wonderful it is. Okay, so thank you very much. And I saw Toastmaster Aduson is joining us, and I'd like to welcome him in. And let's move it on to our second speakers. Okay, our second speakers, he will talk about how to empowerment effectively. He does that to follow up from the last speech that he gave on that. And so I'd like to ask Toastmaster Adela to read about his objective.
What is this project? Is this pathways?
Yeah, pathway 2-3. It is in an agenda.
Oh, all right. Oh, I missed it. Oh my. Here we go. So according to your objectives, oh, it's not here actually, so it's different agenda I have. So could you please read your objectives then, please, and I will just record because it will take time.
Okay.
Thank
The
you.
speech is from the Leadership Development 2-3. Introducing the Toastmaster mentoring, present the speech about time, when being protege chair, the impact and importance of having mentor and reporting on the contents of the projects. Avoid reporting on the content of these projects.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Your time is 5 to 7 minutes, right?
5 to 7 minutes.
All right.
Okay. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, when I finished my university, I worked at the company in the banking. Okay. And my boss was Mr. Rary. Okay. He is the one that tried to do the empowerment, try to give me some work to do, but that was a painful experience because when he gave it to me, the job, I have to struggle because I don't know what to do. And then when I do something wrong, he would come in and blame it to me. Why are you doing this? How come you're doing it this way? So I'm learning some painful experience from that. And then, but later on, I can do the job well, okay? And when I did the job well, he would take all the credit for himself, okay? And I noticed Larry is the one that if I make a mistake, then he would blame it to me. But if I do something right, he would take the credit for it. So actually, I'm the one that being the scapegoat for the failure of the projects. Okay, and then I move into the other manager, who his name is Steve. For Steve, he's different. When he give me the assignment, he empower me to do the job. He also tell me what to do, how to do, and he does not withhold the information. Okay, so this is the I can see the two different styles of management. Okay, so the empowerment is mean you let somebody do the work. Okay, you empower someone to do the work. Now, when you empower someone, you have to give them the tool. You have to give them an authority. What it means, the tool is you don't withhold the knowledge. You have to show them every information there is that need to do to complete the job. Okay, and then you give them authority to make a decision. Okay, because like Larry, I cannot make any much decision. Okay, I can make a decision, but sometimes he override it. But except for Steve, he give me information enough. He give me the tool to do the job so I can complete the job. And then he allowed me to make a decision. So I can see a difference on this, all right? So when you're the boss, okay, you have to give the people the empowerment to do it. Now, there's two terms when you have give empowerment. The first word is responsibility, and the second word is accountability. So how different between the two? Okay, let's say that on the responsibility, when you are the boss, you assign Jack to do the work. Okay, Jack is responsible to make sure that the work gets done. Everything that he does, he's supposed to be going there to have it done. And then you as the manager, when you give them the responsibility, you are accountable for it. If Jack did not do the job well, then you are the one that should be blamed. Okay. So what it means is that if I'm going to assign someone to do the job, I have to make sure that the job fit the person. I give them authority. I give them the tool. I give them the knowledge. I don't withhold the information. Okay. So this is the difference. When you withhold the information, when you don't give them the tool, we don't call that empowerment. We call dumping. We just dump the job to you, and you go out there and struggling. Okay? So when you the empowerment, you as a manager, you are accountable. Okay. So the difference between the two is that the responsibility. If I give Jack the job to do, Jack has responsibility to do the job. Okay. But if the thing doesn't work well, then I'm accountable for it. So this is accountability. Accountability means I accept the blame for the job that Jack did not do. Okay. A good manager, you should give or a good mentor. Okay, you should give the credit to the person who do the job. But if the job fail, then you should be the one who be blamed. Okay. So this is the point of the how to be an empowerment, right? When you do that, if you give the empowerment properly and correctly, the job well done correctly, the people under you will like you and they like the job. All right. And when you are taking blame, okay, when you are taking blame, it is your fault, because if the job did not work, did not do well, there's two things happening. The first thing is that maybe you give the job to the person who have no knowledge, okay, or the secondly, the person is not motivated. So you need to find out what is it happening, why is the job is not there. Okay, so if you find out that if the person does not have skill to do the work, then as a manager you need to train them. You need to give them the tool. You need to give them some training so that they have a good skill to do their job. Now, if the motivation is not there, the person have the skill already, you need to motivate. You need to find out what is it that will make him motivate to do the work. It could be the money, it could be the recognition, it could be many things, okay, that you can looking at it. Maybe you can have good discussion with him. Okay, so if the guy have motivation, have the skill, then the job will done properly. So in order to give the good empowerment, you have to give the people the tool, you have to give them authority, and then if he needs some help, you go out there and help him. So this would be a good empowerment. So Madam, Mr. Toastmaster. Okay, so thank you. All right, so now we have complete the first session. Now we're going to the second part as the evaluation. Oops, we don't have a general evaluator. So, well, I can be a general evaluator as well. Okay, so the second part of the the third part of the meeting is the evaluation. This is where the feedback, almost like a mirror to the meeting. This is where we learn a lot from Toastmaster. Okay, where we have a constructive feedback. Okay, our first evaluator is Toastmaster Brian, who will be giving the evaluate to our first speaker. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Brian.
Okay, hello. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. And of course, to Shah, congratulations for finally having the courage to speak here in front of an audience. Let's give him another round of applause. Good job. You excelled at choosing the topic. You know, so we have like the top 3 topics: money, power, and sex or relationship. So one of the three, or these three topics are the most sought after by the audience. If you talk about these things, then people would most likely to listen. And introducing yourself in a way of telling this story makes it interesting for us to listen and to learn you more. So that was a very good speech topic, and you look very interesting to listen. You're all smiles, your eyes speaks your emotions, which is very relevant to what you're saying as well. And even though you're just sitting down, you try to express yourself more and support your speech with the hand gestures, which come up very naturally. So as part of your evaluation, I thought you had very good eye contact. You were looking at the camera, not on the computer screen, but rather on the camera, so we can see your eyes directly. And you appear very comfortable and very interested with your speech. And also, there were vocal varieties in terms of the excitement part. You sounded very excited. On the narrative part, it sounded a plain, just giving a narration. And it was clear. We understood what you were saying. So since it was your first speech, I would understand that there are things that you need to improve, but let me just highlight just one, which I think would be very helpful on the next time you do your next project. So structuring your speech. While listening to it, I heard the part when you said that there are some stories which has a good opening and some stories which has a bad opening but had a good ending, but some had a good ending and bad happening. But for your story, you said that it was all both sad. So I thought that could be a very good introduction. Instead of starting your speech by saying, I'm a student at Prince of Songkla doing this. So I challenge you, after making your entire speech, find something that could grab the attention of the audience. So you can use that as the starting of your speech. It was also a very good strategy of using story in terms of delivering the speech. And if you want to use story again in the next speech, you can use the story point or point story method. So start with a story, and after telling the story, what is that point that you want your audience to get from that, and state that point after. Or you can start with a point and tell us a story to support that point. So in an icebreaker speech, one long story and one point at the end is very impactful. And I wish you luck on your next speech, and just continue speaking after 5 speeches. And then after 5 speeches, you're gonna find it comfortable, and then go to an actual club and deliver it in front of a real audience to give you a different perspective and a different feeling, which can make you a more confident speaker. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Brian. You did a wonderful job evaluating the speakers, and you have a very good eye contacts and good suggestion, which is great, because as evaluator, you have some things to talk about, positive thing, and then some feedback, and then also the positive thing to reinforce. One thing that I like to suggest, Toastmaster Brian, is don't use you always use the word you when you evaluate. I believe it would be better for you to use he, okay, of speakers. This way here you address to the whole audience, right? You don't address to just speakers. That would be one suggestion that I have. Other than that, it was good evaluation, especially for the speech number 1. We don't want to do a lot of kick. Okay, we should have kiss, kick, and kiss. And then for the first speaker, you should have only 1 or 2 kick, and that's it. And this will encourage the speaker to come in to speak some more. Okay, so wonderful job. So let's move to our second evaluator, Toastmaster Edidia. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Edidia.
Mr. General Evaluator, at the same time Toastmaster of the Day, Professor Toastmaster Sombon. Wow. Every time you deliver a speech here, it always wows me. Ask me why, everyone.
Why?
Because you used your knowledge in speaking in front of the people, not only in personal meeting, but also here at Thailand Toastmasters Club. I could still remember your speech last time that you stood up and using your microphone and using these hand gestures. I hope you did that too here. And congratulations. Despite of that, you were able to share with us about your experience when you were a mentee. And I noticed that your speech was an informative one because you shared to us the introduction a bit of your speech and also your experience. And I noticed while hearing your speech, and I hope, I will just get these words from you that you are delivering actually this is not an icebreaker, right? So I could tell you more of it because I'm expecting more from you. You are an experienced Toastmasters. And there are two things that I would love you to incorporate with your next speech, which is the introduction. This is just only my personal opinion, and then you could use this if it is helpful for you because you are the only person who knows your capacity and potential. Number one, the introduction for me was not so captivating because you started automatically the sad story of your experience as a mentee. And then as a listener, it made me sad already. There was no excitement. So if you will tell that to the audience, I will shut my ears. I don't want to hear it because it's so sad story. But how about this? If you try to ask the questions, fellow Toastmasters, have you ever experienced in your life to have a boss who was so demanding and took this reward that you are actually working from it? How did you feel? And then if you will say that, me as your personal evaluator, I would be attractive and there's more with this speech. I have to listen. I don't want to miss any words from him. And if you started with the question, the call to action, a message for us to take home would be a question as well. You are a great storyteller, and then you were able to have to point out for the body, point 1, point 2, point 3. For the introduction, you started with question, the ending also would be question for us to think. For example, would you be happy if your mentee was successful in the future? Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, something like that. So you have to start powerful message and ending it with a powerful one and no say thank you. Just cut it up, back to you, Toastmaster of the Day. That's it. So the people, oh wow, what was that? So I think that's all, and thank you so much for giving me a chance to speak, to evaluate you. It's a big challenge for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for a very good feedback. Yes, I believe your feedback does help me and help the audience to understand what should we do to attract the listener at the beginning and also to return back to the control with wow at the end. So it's wow at the beginning and wow at the end. I have to remember that. And thank you very much for your constructive feedback on that one. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to ask our timer to report on the timing report, please.
By the way, I counted us. We have
okay.
no counter.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Maybe Brian, you want to do the report on the R counter?
I'll go first.
Yes, please. Since you are having the floor.
Okay, Mr. General Evaluator and everyone in the meeting, are necessary words, and we should try to avoid it when we speak. Although we would sound more more natural native speaker when we speak it in a conversational manner. But if we deliver a speech, we should omit it. First, because of time. Second, it's annoying to listen. So in this meeting, it's part of practicing that we try to limit ourselves from speaking the unnecessary words. At least it could practice us the next time we deliver our speeches. So for our report, Professor Sombon, as our Toastmaster of the day, had 6 A's, mostly with A. As a speaker, he only had 2 A. And Toastmaster Edidia, being our round robin master and evaluator, only had 4 unnecessary words, mostly us. Toastmaster Sita, I only heard 2. I think you've only spoken during the, you were a table topics master. Yes. And Toastmaster Shah, there's a lot, mostly on and da. So you can practice more to eliminate those. If this is recorded, then you can watch it again and see where did you say those. So back to our general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Brian, for keep track of the unnecessary word that we should avoid. And you did point out a very good point for us to improve. So, Toastmaster Adila, it is your turn to report, do the timer report, please.
So I have noticed that during the evaluation session, except Toastmaster Shah, you took 7 minutes and 40 seconds. And Toastmaster Brian and I also overtimed with 4 minutes and 4 minutes plus. So as a leader as well, so I have to discipline myself. It's my struggle too. So aside from that, everyone took this time management wisely, and congratulations. Back to you, General.
Thank you very much. Right, I see Toastmaster Anuson, who is the founder of our club, is here.
Yeah.
Looks like he is no longer driving the car, and I think he is getting himself situated, get his camera and everything ready.
Quick grammarian report while we wait for our.
Yeah, grammarian.
We also have.
We have
I don't know.
You counting grammarian too.
Oh,
okay. But not. Can I proceed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So we don't really focus on grammar in Toastmasters here in Thailand because most of our members are non-native speakers, but it's also important to know and realize some of our grammar fupa to help us in our future speeches. I didn't really focus much on grammar, but I just want to take note, for everyone to take note. For our word of the day is patience. That's with an S. It's a noun. It's a trait, as what it was explained. And patient is an adjective of patience. So she is a patient person. So with a T. So if we can differentiate between the both, because I thought when I was listening a while ago, some meant patience, or some meant patient, but they said patient. So that was a bit confusing at first. But nevertheless, everybody did a great job. Oh, speaking of did, yeah, did plus present tense. I heard a couple of that grammar fupa as well. So every time we use the word did, it's always followed by present tense.
For
So,
example, please. So will be
I
reminded.
did. She did not do her homework, or she did not go to school. I did sing a song, or we didn't swim. So all in present tense. So back to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brian, for keep track of our grammarian. I guess by having somebody to point out, so that we can be more cautious next time when we speak. Yes, we are not a native English speaking, so we make a lot of mistakes. Naturally, we need to have someone to point out for us to improve. Thank you very much. Let's give him a big hand. Okay. And I am waiting for Toastmaster Anuson. I'd like to welcome you to our meeting.
Thank you, Professor Somboon. I try to adapt my schedule, but still cannot do it.
Okay. And I think Toastmaster Sita is the table topic master. So can you throw him one question? Because I'd like to have people who join the Toastmaster to participate as well, especially our founder. So if you can throw him one question so that he can be part of the meeting.
Absolutely. Oh no. Toastmaster Anuson,
Yes.
the question is yes or no. You agree or disagree to this
I
quote
think,
and tell and elaborate more your perspective. Passion is not simply to ability to wait. It's how we behave while we're waiting. Joyce Meyer.
I agree to this sentence or quote. Patience is not simply the ability to wait. It's how we behave while we are waiting. If we are just wait and do nothing, I think it's going to the waste of time. Because while we are waiting, we can do many things. It reminds me of when I have to do a duty. So once every 2 months, I have to stay at the same spot and check the security for people going in and out of our organization. And at that time, we must be very patient because when the time passes very slowly and we have nothing to do, at that point, to be patient, we have to devise something to do. Luckily, I have someone with me. It's like on duty, we have 2 people. That's why I can study who the one he is really is. And that's how we spend the time proactively. Like, a patient alone is not what, wait, it's not what, why, to just waiting. We have to do something. I think this may not answer your question, but it's more likely my direct experience about the patients. Because if I don't do something, the patient can be easily transferred to lazy or ignorant or anything bad. So we must beware. Patience is not simply the ability to wait. It's how we behave while we are waiting. Very, very true. Back to you, Toastmaster Sita.
Thank you so much for your answer, Toastmaster Anuson. Pause share, stop share. So back to you to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sita, for extra table topic for Toastmaster Anuson. And it is good to see Toastmaster Anuson again, not driving, to joining the Toastmaster the meeting. Because when I see you are driving, I get very nervous. I said, wow, you know, you are quite, you are driving, you're listening, you are speaking and evaluating. You know, this is a multitask that you have to do. I do really admire you to, to take some time to joining us, even though you are driving. I do appreciate that. And I believe the meeting went well. I'd like to appreciate everybody who chipping in, right? So Toastmaster Brian for being our evaluator, volunteer, and he also is our language evaluation. He also our accountant, okay? And Toastmaster Sita is also, she did a wonderful job for asking a wonderful question, really stress our imagination with the quote that she has. And Toastmaster Adela also, she, as an evaluator and also as the round robin master as well. And of course, our first speaker who did a wonderful job for that. So I'd like to thank you very much. And Toastmaster Anuson, I think on the schedule, you're supposed to be the chair who closed the meeting. So would you like to close the meeting on this one, on this note?
Who opened the meeting? Because I seldom check the live group.
I'm the one that opened the meeting, right?
Oh, I see. But I'm not the president anymore, so maybe I think the Professor Somboon, do you want me to close the meeting? Okay.
Yes.
But I don't have anything to say. But okay, let me say something. I'm really happy that this the club is continuing, and even I have disappeared for a long time. I'm really glad that the club is still continuing, and although the state is not my Zoom anymore. And thank you for having me today, and thank you everybody. Thank you, Professor Somboon, for being the Toastmaster of the day today. And I will accept your kindness to have me close the meeting. I would like to have the meeting, whatever number it is, adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. I have to eat my dinner.